One of the things at SCAN that we are very proud of is our collaboration with Monmouth University. And we've got a very unusual collaboration in store for you coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. It's the multisensory environment. What? You don't know what that is? Well, I didn't know what it is for a long time myself. And wait till you hear about it because it's very cool. For all the details, stay tuned. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to SCAN FYI. So here we are today. We're going to talk about a very unique collaboration that we have with Monmouth University. And so to make that happen and bring it to life, let me introduce you to my guest. It's Dr. Nicole Halliwell. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
Or I'm going to call you Dr. Nicole. Sorry about that. So Dr. Halliwell is an assistant professor of occupational therapy at Monmouth University. And again, we have really been enjoying a wonderful collaboration with Monmouth University. And that kind of means that our SCAN members are enjoying that collaboration as well. So Dr. Nicole, why don't you just tell us a little bit more about you, what your work at Monmouth University?
Thank you. So a little bit about me. I'm an occupational therapist by trade. I've been in OT for over 10 years, and my primary practice area is actually pediatrics. I did some time working with older adults in home care, which I absolutely loved. But my big passion is the multisensory environment. It's what brought me here to Monmouth. We have a brand new state-of-the-art sensory immersive space, and I'm really excited to be able to do some community programming with it and inviting SCAN members like yourselves to be a part of the project.
You know what I would like you to do first for our listeners. I realize now that many people don't understand what an occupational therapist does, and it has nothing to do with what you do for a living. So kindly just give the broad strokes. What do we mean by occupational therapy?
So occupational therapy is a pretty diverse field, and the main takeaway, regardless of the setting, population, whatever thing you might be working on, is occupational therapists want to help you do the things that you need to do, you have to do, and you want to do. So when we talk about occupation, typically people think of jobs. It's not just jobs. It's any activity that's meaningful for you. So some occupations that are really interesting and I'm passionate about are yoga, spending time with my family, caretaking for my nieces, pet ownership, all of these things that give my life meaning, right? And they're different for every individual. So if you have some sort of insult, injury, upset, if you have some sort of limitation, cognitive, physical, emotional, psychological, OTs can help you get back to functioning and doing the things that you're passionate about.
So I like to think about it as it's how you occupy your time, all the activities throughout the day, whether it's cooking, driving, whatever it is. But right, would that be a good way to how you occupy your time? Not what you do for a living, guys.
It could also be what you do for a living. It's not limited to just that. So a little bit more expansive. So how you occupy your time is a great way to put it.
So we've had a lot of fun with the students, the occupational students who've come into SCAN. And I must tell you that I think our most viewed video on Facebook is the very famous hand drive video, which who could have imagined that? But that was we're having fun, really. And, that's part of being a senior at SCAN. We like to bring opportunities. We like to create some fun situations. And I know that working with your students has definitely produced a lot of fun. So we intend to keep that up. But now we've got something very really, it's a unique situation. And I don't know, what should we do? Do you want to first even explain what we mean by this multisensory environment?
Sure. So it's tough to explain.
Yeah.
Very, very fun to experience. So we have a room here that has a lot of specialized equipment that's meant to be a sensory immersive experience. So when we say sensory, we're talking about how we get input from the world. So things that we see, things that we hear, things that we can touch and feel. And our students are trained in how to use this specialized equipment, and they have the knowledge base for how it's used in practice. And because it's so specialized and it's so rare, what we want to do here at Monmouth is open it up to the community members, like SCAN members who we have partnerships with, to get people in there and experience some programming. So it's an environment where it's totally customizable. It's meant to be tailored to your unique needs and preferences. And our students are trained to be able to deliver that experience to people.
So can I very quickly share my own experience to maybe that will help explain it? So literally, as Nicole is saying, it is a room. And when you walk in this room, you're greeted with all kinds of sensory objects. There's different places to sit down. You can sit on almost like a square on the floor. There's what I would call like an egg chair, kind of totally envelops you. There's a little area in the corner that has little fiber optic lights in front of it. There's different things to look at and different sounds that you can hear. And what makes it unique is that you, as the person going to have the experience, you will have the opportunity to customize it to get everything you want and remove the things you don't want. So while you're having this sensory experience, it's all about what you've chosen, which I found it really the most relaxing situation, hearing these beautiful sounds that I got to choose. It's like watching your own show, watching a show that you decided on what you wanted to listen to. I watched beautiful tropical fish, got to see a gorgeous forest, hearing all these wonderful sounds that it's just amazingly relaxing. Just really a unique situation, again, because I chose what I wanted. So each person who participates will get to make that choice. And Nicole, what is the purpose of this room? What is it's intended to do for folks?
So this room is it's really a special modality. So it's using some of these principles of, sensory integration theory, and it's meant to inspire some personal autonomy and control. So the user of the room gets to control all of the elements, and it's facilitated through whoever's kind of running the show. So that might be myself or some of the other occupational therapy students who I've trained to be able to use this tool. The room is immersive so that you can either bring people up or bring people down, right? So it can be very relaxing or it can be very alerting, depending on how it's used and how the elements have kind of come together. The key is that it's customizable and it's unique to the individual, right? So my sensory systems and your sensory systems, Andrea, might respond to different things. I might be drawn to different preferences than you, and it's designed to be customizable to fit both of our needs and get us where we want to be, right? So we're hoping that we can provide for SCAN members a relaxing sensory immersive experience where they can feel connected and they can feel autonomously in control of all these different elements, and then hopefully leave feeling a little bit different than they came.
I think it is, well, I have to, full disclosure, when Nicole first told myself and Mary Beth, my coworker, about this, and I remember saying to you, I think we have to do a field trip. I have to see this for myself. And I'm so happy I did. And that's why we are very excited to offer this to our SCAN community, because I guarantee you've not experienced anything like this. And this is another bonus of living near a major university that is doing all this research. And how lucky are we that we're collaborating on this project to offer it to our SCAN members and the community. So for that, Nicole, that's a big wow, really enormous gratitude.
That's kind of why I'm doing this and why we're here. I really think that multisensory environments have a lot of utility, and they often, they're closed up, they're not in use all the time. And I would really like to see our multisensory environment become a community wellness resource. So that's what the project is all about. And I'm really excited to capitalize on our community
Yes.
partnership with
Yes.
SCAN, because we really we need people from the community to come in and try it out. So our students get the practice, and hopefully with our pilot program this summer, we're reserving that pilot program for people we already have connections with, SCAN members and other community partnerships we have through the university. And then in the fall, we'll be able to roll out kind of an expanded program where we can have some community members just sign up once we get the logistics down.
Yes, well, always the logistics. So first of all, you see that we have a contact number for you to reach out if you want to call Nicole to reserve a spot, if you have any additional questions. We had rolled this information out at SCAN in an e-blast, and I'm very happy to hear that lots of SCAN members have already called about the pilot program, which is going to run for 2 weeks in August. And do you have those dates handy just to shout out?
I do. So we had a little logistical change on our end.
Okay.
So I want to say what went out in the email blast has changed just slightly. We're going to be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday instead of Thursday on August 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, and then again on August 9th, 10th, and 12th. So I already have a list of people to get back to. I'm working with one of my students to make sure we get back to everybody either later this week or early next week. To be able to sign up for those slots that are reserved for SCAN members for the pilot program.
Okay, so no worries if you've already signed up. The students.
Yeah, we'll get, if you've already contacted me, I'll get in touch with you soon. But if you haven't yet, feel free to leave me a voicemail or shoot me an email.
You will be, I don't even know the word to describe it, because it is something that it almost feels to the average person, it is indescribable, but it's something that is so worth experiencing. And where can you do this if not here at Monmouth University? So really take advantage of it. Now, the extended version of the program is going to roll out somewhere in the fall. We don't have that information available yet, correct?
Correct. We're thinking it's
Okay.
going to be for the fall semester. Our semesters are average of 14 weeks, so we're hoping to get 12 of those weeks and get some dates out. It depends on our staffing and things like that.
And once we have all that information, we are going to reserve some of the slots that we're going to be exclusively for SCAN members. And this, I promise you, is going to be a great opportunity. I'm going to participate, and I can't wait, really. Really, it's going to be very cool. Again, something that the public would not normally get to experience, correct?
Correct. And it's a mutually beneficial experience, right? Because our students who are trained to use this tool get the opportunity to use it with real people. So it's a great learning experience for them as well.
We are definitely real people. Sometimes I forget myself, but we actually are. Now, do you want to talk a little bit about the research project that is, kind of the whole point of this?
So alongside this community wellness project, there's also a research study. So those things, they're not exclusive of each other. Anybody who participates in the program has the opportunity to consider enrolling in the research study. If you don't want to be in the research study, there's no limitation. You don't have to do one versus the other, but there is an opportunity to get some more information once you sign up for the programming about potentially joining the research study.
Okay, all right. So I feel that the best thing for you to do if you're listening is to call the number on the screen for to get yourself on the schedule for the pilot program. And if you have any additional questions, and I'm sure you will, but I just want to say again, do it, because this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Really, very, very cool. The multisensory environment at Monmouth University. Definitely participate. Okay, Nicole, any last thoughts you want to share with our audience out there?
Yeah, I want to start by thanking the SCAN members. I mean, without you, our students, they have such deep experiences of learning, working with the SCAN members and all the different collaborations that we've done. And I also wanted to plug, so tomorrow, we're recording this on Tuesday, but Wednesday, when this airs, there's actually another project that we're connecting with
Yes.
SCAN members about for our CARFIT event. And that is happening from 10 to 2 at the Graduate Center. You can give a call to me, or you can call the office at 732-923-4339 to reserve a spot, or feel free to just stop by. We're happy to accommodate some walk-ups as well if you have some time between 10 and 2.
So we have publicized that already. So I'm hopeful that some SCAN members are taking advantage of that. But, you know, you just reminded me of another thing. This multisensory environment, this whole program, it is off campus at the Graduate Center.
Yes.
So if you had any concerns about parking at the university, which I get it because that was tough. I know when we've had other programs at the university. This is a piece of cake. It's basically the intersection of Route 36 and Broadway in a very, very large, kind of an industrial sort of a park, tons of parking, easy access. You won't have any of those challenges that you have with parking on the main campus. So if that was something that was bothering you, just remove that. No problem.
Yeah. The Graduate Center is a fully accessible building. There's somebody working security at the front desk, and we're very accessible.
It's a beautiful building. Again, worth the trip to see the building. All right, so again, the numbers on the screen, definitely give Nicole a call and participate in the program. We're very excited. And Dr. Nicole Halliwell, thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for sharing with Monmouth University, your wonderful SCAN members.
We appreciate you as much, really. It's been so fun for us. So remember out there, if it's important to you, it's important to us. I'm Andrea Tarr, and we'll see you next time on SCAN FYI. Bye, everyone. Bye, Nicole.